What happens when a single election becomes a crucible for global tensions, with whispers of foreign plots and digital warfare threatening to reshape the world? In November 2024, Romania's presidential vote erupted into chaos when Cristian Georgescu, a far-right outsider, surged to victory on a tidal wave of TikTok videos, only to see his win annulled amid claims of Russian meddling and a shocking accusation. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken, he alleged, blocked his candidacy to cement Romania as NATO's launchpad for World War III. From the Black Sea's restless shores, Romania stands as a strategic fortress, its NATO bases a shield against Russia, yet a spark for fears of global conflict. Is this a politician's cry for attention or a warning of a deeper geopolitical storm? Let's break this down in 6 steps, exploring Georgescu's claims, Romania's pivotal role, and what this firestorm means for a world on edge. No fluff, just real insights to navigate this critical moment. Let's dive in. Chapter 1. The TikTok Election Shock. On November 24, 2024, Romania's presidential election sent shock waves through the West. Cristian Georgescu, a far-right ultranationalist, clinched nearly 23% of the vote, outpacing Romania's pro-Western elite. His campaign wasn't built on grand rallies, but on TikTok, where videos of him running marathons, praying in churches, and decrying NATO's grip went viral among Romania's 9 million users, nearly half the nation. Polls had dismissed him as a 5% outlier, yet his digital surge toppled expectations, tapping into frustrations over rising costs and political scandals. The victory was fleeting. On December 6th, Romania's constitutional court annulled the election, citing irregularities, leaving Georgescu sidelined and furious. He unleashed a bombshell. Everybody knows it was a foreign intervention, particularly from Blinken. He intervened in the elections and simply dictated what the system had to do. His claim that the U.S. rigged the vote to keep Romania NATO's pawn ignited debates, amplified by social media voices crying foul, while others saw a darker hand at play, Russia's. Chapter 2. Georgescu's war cry. Georgescu's allegations didn't stop at Blinken. He warned of a grander scheme. The largest military base of NATO is in Romania. They want to launch World War III from Romania, and with this situation, they can involve all of Europe and also the United States. Painting Romania as a sacrificial front line, he claimed NATO seeks to morph from a defensive alliance into an offensive juggernaut, with Romania's bases, like the expanding Mihail Kogălnicianu Air Base, set to house 10,000 troops, as ground zero for global war. His vision? A free Romania, neutral and peaceful, unshackled from Western control. His rhetoric, laced with Orthodox Christian fervor and nods to Romania's nationalist past, resonated with voters feeling crushed by globalization. Yet it alarmed NATO allies. Georgescu's praise for Russia's Vladimir Putin and his vow to halt Ukraine's grain exports through Romania hinted at a pro-Moscow tilt, raising fears he could disrupt the alliance's unity, much like Hungary's Viktor Orban. Was this a patriot's plea or a Kremlin-backed gambit? The question hung heavy as Romania's crisis unfolded. Chapter 3. Romania's Strategic Pulse. Romania's role makes Georgescu's claims impossible to ignore. Perched on the Black Sea, it shares a 400-mile border with Ukraine, its ports like Constanța channeling 30 million tons of Ukrainian grain since Russia's 2022 invasion. Romania hosts the Devaselu missile shield, a U.S.-led NATO defense Georgescu called a disgrace, and Mihail Kogălnicianu, soon to be NATO's largest European base. With F-16s, M1 Abrams tanks, and training for Ukrainian pilots, Romania is a powerhouse on NATO's eastern flank, staring across the water at Russia's grip on Crimea. This strategic pulse amplifies the stakes. A NATO skeptic leader could paralyze operations, vetoing aid to Kiev, questioning defense pledges, or opening doors to Moscow. Georgescu's call for Romania to mediate peace, not war, clashes with its role as a bulwark against Russian expansion. Science shows fear can sway votes. Here, Georgescu's warnings of war tapped into anxieties, making Romania a crucible for NATO's resolve and Russia's ambitions. Chapter 4. Blinken, Russia, and Digital War. Georgescu pointed at Blinken, alleging U.S. meddling to secure Romania's pro-NATO stance. Days before the annulment, Blinken met Romania's foreign minister, praising its alliance role while condemning aggressive hybrid Russian attacks on the election. Romanian intelligence flagged thousands of TikTok accounts, some dormant for years, pushing Georgescu's content with uncanny precision, alongside cyber attacks and a Telegram channel orchestrating the surge. While Blinken's talks focused on Russian threats, Georgescu spun them as proof of a Western plot, a narrative echoed by social media cries of stolen democracy. Russia's shadow loomed larger. Similar digital campaigns hit Moldova and Georgia, boosting pro-Moscow voices. Science reveals how algorithms exploit emotions, anger, fear, to amplify messages, and Romania's TikTok wave fed on distrust of the EU and NATO. No evidence ties Blinken to interference, but the dueling accusations, US versus Russia, reveal a hybrid warfront where votes are weapons and Romania's democracy is the prize. Chapter 5. NATO's vulnerable flank. Romania's election chaos tests NATO's strength. The alliance leans on Romania's bases, ports, and 2% GDP defense spending to counter Russia, especially as Ukraine's fight drags on. A Georgescu presidency could echo Orban's disruptions, stalling aid or fracturing unity, particularly with Donald Trump's return signaling U.S. skepticism of NATO's costs. The annulled vote, meant to protect democracy, instead exposed cracks. Protests in Bucharest with flags waving and chants of freedom showed a nation divided. This isn't just Romania's fight. The Black Sea links Europe's energy and trade, and Romania's stability anchors the Balkans. A digital campaign swaying one election could inspire others, eroding trust across NATO's frontier. Science shows social media can shift opinions faster than speeches. Here, it nearly rewrote Romania's future. As NATO bolsters cyber defenses, the question lingers. Can it shield its flank from enemies who don't need armies to strike? Chapter 6. A battleground of trust. Romania's election firestorm, sparked by Georgescu's TikTok surge and his claim that Blinken rigged the vote for NATO's war plans, reveals a nation caught in a global struggle. From its Black Sea bases to its Ukrainian border, Romania is NATO's linchpin, yet its annulled vote exposed vulnerabilities to digital warfare, with Russia's shadow looming and U.S. intentions questioned. Georgescu's unverified allegations, pitting NATO's buildup against his call for neutrality, highlight a deeper truth. Democracy is now a battleground, where algorithms and accusations outweigh bullets. The fallout threatens NATO's cohesion, especially as Trump's skepticism looms, while Romania's choices could sway the Black Sea's balance toward peace or peril. As Bucharest awaits a new vote, the world watches a test of trust, where the stakes are nothing less than the future of a fractured global order.